Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2021 mid-month general reading. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of May, and this reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for being here, for taking the time to watch these videos, for all that you do in support of the channel. Hitting that subscribe button, it really does help. Your likes, shares, donations, comments, feedback, reaching out for personal readings. It is all greatly welcome and appreciated. Thank you. Many blessings back to you. So this reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius for the last 2 weeks of May 2021. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Sagittarius. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Sagittarian. Of course, it's a general reading. It's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for additional insight and perspective. And if anything resonates with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the description link below, click on that little arrow. You'll see some contact details, my email address, maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I do readings full-time. It's all that I do, so I'm pretty diligent about scheduling those personal readings in as timely a fashion as possible. So send me an email if you're interested. I'd be most happy to hear from you. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you in the last 2 weeks of May. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Gateway to the Divine. Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, we begin with the Four of Coins, followed by Faith. We have the Star, followed by the Queen of Wands. There you are, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or another fire sign that's relevant here. We have the Devil, followed by the Page of Wands. This is feeling a little bit like your sister sign Leo's reading as well. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy or focus for the last 2 weeks of May is the Nine of Swords. It's a card I hate to see for people because it represents an unnecessarily high level of anxiety and fear, and it usually shows up when someone's in fear of an unknown future and they try to envision what the future is going to bring, and it's like almost always the worst possible outcome, and thinking about something so obsessively and typically in a negative way that it becomes this huge horrible thing in your head which doesn't actually fit the actual external reality of the situation, but it can just represent having a lot of anxiety and stress and fear about not knowing what the future is going to bring. And that's the overall energy. And it feels here, and again, there's a bit of a similar theme to this and the Leo reading so far as well. Having faith. I mean, we have faith here, which in other decks is called the Hierophant. Here it has more of a literal reference to actually having faith. And then we also have the Star card here, which is a card, one of the wish fulfillment cards. It represents feeling that, knowing that you're on the right path, or acting as if you're on the right path, even if you can't see, very far down the road. It's a card that represents, having faith that the path that you're on is going to actually end in your joy and fulfillment. It's a card that represents, as long as you keep doing everything that you can do in the situation, that's going to get you, really good results, your wish fulfillment. But it feels here like you may be caught, you're trying to have faith, but maybe you're tired of it, and you've gotten to the point where you're actually recognizing that something is maybe toxic. I mean, we do have the Devil here as well, with the Page of Wands messages here. The Devil, toxic cycles, whether it's addiction, mental health, unhealthy relationships. It represents imbalance, that there's too much obsessive energy in one area to the detriment of all other areas in your life. toxic cycles, something that has become unhealthy. And it's taken quite a while. We don't just jump into the devil energy. This is something that takes quite a while. It's like bad habits, right? Being caught in something, but there's also something that you get out of it, otherwise you wouldn't stay. For, let's say, an unhealthy relationship, maybe there's emotions attached there, or, you know, there's practical reasons why you stay, but it's still, the devil represents, it's still a form of enslavement, right? It could be a job that you hate or that's toxic, but you can't get another one, or it pays you well, they just overwork you, or something of that sort. It's an unhealthy cycle here. Holding on, the Four of Coins here, trying to have faith that something will change. It might also be similar to the Leo reading in that you're in some kind of relationship or situation, whether it's a personal relationship, love, or friendship, or a work situation where, you know, you're the one giving and putting all the work into it, but you're not getting enough back, and you stay because you keep telling yourself to have faith. If you just do this, then it'll work out. If you just stay, it'll work out somehow, you know. So let's clarify a bit. Let's clarify that Nine of Swords. I really hate seeing the Nine of Swords for people because it's so much anxiety, stress, and worry about what the future holds. The Wheel of Fortune, Divine Timing and Orchestration, Temperance, pull one more. The Nine of Pentacles, independent self-sufficiency. Well, it's quite clear here you're worried about your own stability and security moving forward into the future. Whether there's going to be a stable balance in that or not. For some of you, it might be just money related. It might be that you have some specific worries about your ability to provide for yourself or provide for your family. Because the Nine of Pentacles represents independence and self-sufficiency and self-empowerment, and working hard to provide yourself with all the things you need and a lot of the things you want too. Temperance is balance, neither too much of one thing nor too much of the other, staying grounded, staying balanced. And the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost as if you're afraid, you're looking forward in the future about whatever this is. And again, it's a general reading, so some of you it might be relationships, some of you it might be work or some other kind of money situation. It feels like you're afraid that the rug's going to be pulled out from under your feet and you're not going to be able to fend for yourself in some way, or the balance that you've had is so tenuous that it's going to be lost. Perhaps that happened in the past before in a traumatic way, and you're afraid of that happening in the future. Again, you know, whether it's relationship or money or some combination of both of those things, right? Oh, my hair is a mess today. But fear of that being like the rug being pulled out from underneath you in the future. Clarify the Four of Coins. And even if this is relationship, it feels like there's practical stuff involved too, I have to say, like money, property, maybe residence. Clarify the Four of Coins. The Three of Pentacles, compromise, negotiation, collaboration, teamwork, partnership. And the Ten of Pentacles, which is, did I say 10? That's a 3. The Ten of Pentacles, which is long-term security and stability, particularly relating to home and family. It may be a money issue. Some of you, this might be you're in some kind of financial distress right now, and I know a lot of people have been over this last year. Your long-term stability and security that, you know, which could be anything from having to live on savings until your savings gone, maybe being out of work or having work but not having enough money. With the Three of Coins, the Four of Coins is sometimes considered the miser card, needing to be really careful with your money because you don't have a lot. The Three of Pentacles implies working with another person or a group of people. It could be having fears about, you know, it might be, again, it's a general reading which can be sometimes trickier than personal readings because one of the very clear stories I just got was actually about residents, like your apartment or your home. It could be rent or a mortgage, trying to work with, you know, the lending place or a bank or the owner or something like that, because you owe or you can't meet the expectations right now, and you're hoping that they'll work with you somehow. Maybe afraid that they won't, and they'll foreclose on your home or give you an eviction notice, or you know, or with work, it could be in regards to employment or a job as well. It could be relationship too, especially if you're concerned about being really financially dependent on a partner. Clarify faith. It's like you're hoping that this will work out and that somebody else or an institution or somebody is going to work with you. Or a job. But you're afraid because you don't know yet. The Four of Pentacles again, trying to have faith. The Star, so we have the Star twice. The Star twice, faith twice. You're really struggling, I think, to have faith here. You're holding out. You're trying to have faith in this situation, whatever this situation is. It does feel like it involves practical things like money and property, even if there's a relationship kind of mixed up in there as well. Clarify Star. Clarify the original Star. Clarify the Star. Because the Star card originally was with the Queen of Wands, you, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, really working to have faith that this is going to work out. The Ten of Wands. And the Six of Pentacles. You're either tired of being breadcrumbed, Sagittarius, meaning putting so much into it and not getting enough back, or just, you know, even if it's not specific, it's like if you're in financial distress and it doesn't really involve like a love relationship, you know, it feels like, you know, you're just tired overall, regardless of what area of your life this is in. The fundamental energy remains the same, Sagittarius. Working so hard and putting so much effort in and constantly finding yourself back in the same place of not having enough. You know, robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know, not getting enough back, putting in all this work and feeling like it's not giving you enough back, whether it's in work, your finances, a combination of those, relationship, a combination of all of those things. And tired of having faith, tired of struggling, tired of hoping that it'll work out when it just seems like you're just repeating the same cycle again, you know. Clarify the Devil. The Nine of Wands, yeah, dark night of the soul, struggling to get to the end of something, feeling discouraged, feeling helpless. The Five of Wands, continuous argument, fighting, nitpicking the same thing over and over, going over and over and over again around the same thing. The Devil again. We've got Death and the Five of Cups. Endings. I just keep getting this circular feeling like, and again, I'm a bit reminded of Leo's. It's like this cycle that's so, that you can't get out of, or that you feel you can. It's really a struggle to get out of. I mean, we have the Devil twice. The Devil is, you know, it's addictive. And whatever thing you're getting out of it, it's become unhealthy, even if it's not enough for you. The cycle itself is unhealthy. And the fact that we have the Devil twice here, I mean, whenever you get repeating cards in a spread, it's pointing to the fact that there's an abundance If it's negative, it's an overabundance of this energy. And the devil it's addictive. There's something addictive, but it's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy negative cycle. And the Five of Wands is like the same thing over and over again. Petty disagreements or arguing or just, everyone trying to one-up each other or fighting over the same thing over and over again and feeling discouraged, feeling like, that you're ready to give up. You don't see how you can go on anymore. Let's clarify this Page of Wands. Pages often represent messages, but the Page of Wands can represent being at the introductory path and starting over again, wanting to start over again. I feel desperately, Sagittarius, like you're caught in like a sticky web of something, and you just, if it's a job, the money keeps you there, or the fact that you have a job keeps you there, even though you want to get out of it. If it's a relationship, it's like it's unhealthy, but you love the person, so you stay and you keep trying to have faith that this is going to get better and blah, 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 and it just keeps on. And I think at times that perhaps you need to just remove yourself from the situation, even if that removal is going to be difficult. But, again, the fact that the Devil card shown up twice represents how difficult it is to pull away from this thing. The Page of Wands is clarifying the Page of Wands again. The Eight of Cups. The Lovers. The Two of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. So for many of you, this may be a romantic relationship. We have the Two of Cups and the Lovers side by side, in the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Somebody leaving, somebody walking away. Maybe this is part of the cycle for you, for some of you. It's the same thing over and over and over again. And that's the fundamental energy throughout this reading, Sagittarius. Whether this is love and romance or work or career or money or some combination of all of those things, because everybody has individual things going on in their lives. But it's like, here we go, the same thing over and over and over again. Perhaps it's a person who's like, okay, it's time for me to go again, or I need to go travel, or I need to go do this. They're in and out. And they're doing it yet again. And so you're finding yourself back in the same position, where you're unhappy. But that Devil card energy is still pulling at you very strongly. The Devil card represents a cycle that needs to be broken. Regardless of whether you're ready to break it now or not, it regards a cycle that needs to be broken because it's an unhealthy cycle. This could just as easily be telling you as well, Sagittarius, that you need to leave. You need to turn your back on this connection, even if you feel it's karmic. Because if it is, then Spirit will find a way to, if it truly is a karmic connection and the two of you are meant to be together, at some point Spirit will bring in divine timing orchestration for that too. But if you're not, they will enact that also as well. Because it feels like somebody is walking away here, or leaving. And it may be that it's not the first time they've done it, and perhaps that's part of the cycle for the two of you as well. It feels like something is either coming to an end or really headed towards an inevitable ending. Or some kind of major breakdown where things could possibly be transformed. For some of you it might be the first, for some of you it might be the latter. But I feel like, the Devil cycle, especially to this degree, can't self-sustain. It can only self-sustain to a certain point, and then it everything implodes, right? If it's not dealt with. All right. Final messages. Any messages, guidance, advice, or messages for Sagittarius? Looks like kind of an intense time for fire signs. The Tower. Whatever breakdown is coming, whatever major change is coming, let it. The Ace of Pentacles. a practical new beginning, starting over again, perhaps moving, perhaps relocating, perhaps a new job, a new practical beginning. The Six of Wands, that's your victory. And this is also very similar to your sister sign Leo's reading, because they got the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower as well, in terms of, you know, divine timing and orchestration, and because they had the Devil card as well. So whatever this negative, toxic, unhealthy cycle is, it feels like Spirit is going to, it feels like it may be too difficult for you guys to break on your own, because it feels very much like Spirit, God, Spirit, angels, and guides are going to be either orchestrating or allowing some kind of major change or breakdown to occur, because that's the only way the cycle is going to be broken. Because it needs to be broken so you can have a new beginning, so you can have victory here in whatever this situation is, so that you can actually, you know, be on a path of joy and health and fulfillment here. And so that you're not spending, you know, all of your waking and maybe even sleeping hours worried about the future, worried about the sustainability of your future, worried about your security and your stability, and where you're going to be a week from now or a month from now, you know, having some kind of assurances. You can't, I mean, the Devil card twice and the Nine of Swords, this can't continue. This is just too much stress and anxiety. And I feel like Spirit's going to either allow or orchestrate some kind of major change, because in order to get you out of this energy, or to help you get out of this energy. Kind of intense. All right, Sagittarius, those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of May. I hope that you found them helpful and useful or validating in some way. Again, if any of these readings resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1Maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. And I can usually respond within the same day with more information. You can click on the description link below to see that. I will see you all again for the June general readings in a couple of weeks. Until then, stay safe, stay well. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.